What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk about SoFi. I want to start off by going over the price action that has been happening, and today has been already a very interesting day, especially more so on the technical. So I'm going to go through all the data points very relevant to a lot of investors, and at the end tie it all together with some technical analysis. But before I get into any of that, you guys know the deal. Smash the thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. Greatly appreciate that. With that, let's get right to it. As you can see on the intraday chart, we had a very volatile morning, but it does look like we are trending upwards, and a lot of the broader indexes are starting to kind of bounce back as well. When it comes down to it, there is a lot of value when it comes to SoFi, and we all know that, and institutions know that. So you can see the live ticker to my left, currently down 1.15%. 15 million in overall volume, whereas the average is 34. So again, the last couple of days have been a very heavy volume day, and definitely today is going to be one of those ones as well. And just looking at block volume, currently 2 million shares being purchased by institutions first hour of the trading day today. So again, on that front, a lot of institutions are seeing a lot of value when it comes to SoFi and buying in. So that's something to always watch for. And with that, I'm just going to go through some updated data points. So short interest is 1659, pretty stagnant from 1 week prior. 58 is utilization. Today, the day-by-day change actually did increase 2.49%, which works out to be 2.74 million shares being additionally shorted. So definitely shorts are backing up the bus when it comes to SoFi. They are very doubtful of SoFi, but at the same time, a lot of institutions are backing up the bus. So it is going to have a little bit of a battle, and I do strongly feel that there's a lot more upside for SoFi than the downside, and institutions know that. And as well, just as far as the new round of 13Fs that did come down the pipeline today, it does look like a whole new rush did actually back up the bus again, and there was some that did maintain their position. So there is a longitude, as you can see, that have calls and actual shares, and that's very interesting, the fact that they are that much bullish on SoFi, especially considering normally when an institution does that, they do a little bit more of a strategy. They do calls, puts, and actual shares, but it does look like they only have calls and shares. So at the end of the day, there is a lot of institutions that absolutely love SoFi, and even looking at the average share price, majority of them are currently at a loss. So it goes to show, even when SoFi, before the charter came out, you can see that they did have a lot of value at 18, 15. A lot of institutions did find a huge amount of value in SoFi, as should you. And like I already said as well, currently there is 2 million shares being purchased by institutions today alone. So they continue to still find value in SoFi. And not only that, but there's this as well. So I do want to show you the options activity. Options activity on SoFi has been the next level. It's been out of this world. So today alone, the first hour of the trading day, there was $82,000 worth of orders today, 100% of them being positive. Yesterday, there was 14.8 million as far as overall options activity, 88% of them positive. And 1 week, 76% as far as an average, and $61.69 million worth of options. So there is a huge amount of upside when it comes to SoFi. Retail investors are slowly starting to learn that. Institutions have been knowing that for quite some time. So again, hopefully you do take some value from this and make sure you do buy. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, do your own due diligence, but when it comes to SoFi, this is going to be a very beneficial play and a long-term investment. Great for a lot of people's portfolio, and it's going to flourish even in a high interest rate environment. So that's one good hedge for a lot of individuals as well, and more so on the technicals. So you can see the Fibonacci levels as well. So right now we have been testing kind of in this range. So I do like to look at this as well. This is more so on a micro level. So right now we are below the pivot point of 1315. So we are technically behind the gun a little bit, but that is just the broader market, what's been happening. And even a lot of institutions, I know a lot of analysts definitely do like SoFi. They're just waiting for confirmation, and their upcoming earnings is definitely going to provide a lot of guidance, and that's one thing I am very excited for, is their guidance. And I do strongly feel after their earnings, a lot more analysts will jump on board when it comes to SoFi, even being more catalysts. So despite all this, before the charter news and everything, analysts, which in general are fairly conservative with their price targets, gave a price target of $20.30. That's the average, showing a 70% upside. So there is a lot of analysts that definitely do really like SoFi, and even when there is now the charter news, a lot more analysts will jump on board. They're just waiting more so probably for their guidance on exactly things that SoFi is going to be doing. So look forward to their upcoming earnings. And again, I do strongly feel there's going to be a momentum leading up to that as well. And with that, I'm just going to tie it all together with some technical analysis. So as you can see, 50, 100, 200-day moving averages, Bollinger Bands are stochastic momentum. So right now, looking at the stochastic, you can see there is a deviation, black line above the red, so showing a bullish sentiment despite the little bit of a sell-off. And you can see even on the chart, we did attempt to get from the lower to the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band. Unfortunately, we did fail, it looks like twice. So we are bouncing back, getting a little bit more consolidation, and we'll attempt again. That's typically the cycle is what happens. And looking at momentum, number of buyers is definitely increasing. So that is a positive sign. Number of buyers is definitely jumping on board when it comes to SoFi. But right now, we're technically well below all the moving averages. So we are definitely, like I said, behind the gun, but we can easily get over that just with a little bit more of a reversal in the broader market, especially, like I said, once retail investors do actually realize that SoFi is a screaming buying opportunity, this will easily get from the lower to the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band, again showing a bullish sentiment and adding to that stochastic. RSI right now is fairly neutral at 42. So given all the circumstances, there is a lot of optimism, and again, you can tell that based on the options activity when it comes to SoFi. With all of that, let me know your thoughts on SoFi in the comments below. If you haven't already, smash a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom screen. Greatly appreciate that. With that, let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.